So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over basically the talents of what's going to maximize your mana and overall your efficiency as an hpal, given not only the nerfs that we got today, but also the fact that not only is it the 55% reduction, it's actually overkill, because this mana bar is supposed to be 4,500. Their post said originally 60%, then they last minute changed it to 55% mana reduction in terms of the generation in PvP. But as we can see, it's not the case. I'm in PvP scaling right now. I did it in the arena tonight and today overall, and it's been 2k, which means instead of last week being 25%, where we only had 7,500 mana every 5 seconds, now we're getting 2k mana, which means either this, maybe this was intentional, maybe how they said the post was wrong, or there's a bug in that not only it's not 4,500 mana. They added the 55% instead of just changing the number from 25 to 55. So we have an 80% reduction in the mana you're able to regenerate, and hence hpal base mana reduction is ridiculous. Now, despite this bug, well, what you should be running and should have been running last week, this is how at least I was outmanning other hpals, is basically pick every single mana talent you possibly can and go with it. Now, in this build right here, this is the kind of normal cast build I do. In terms of the main talents that are going to help prolong your mana, the big ones are going to be Reclamation, which is like kind of like your second mana regen overall, your Blessing of Summers for Blessing of Winter, and then Illumination combined with Daybreak. So basically means with how Daybreak works, every single glimmer you're going to consume is going to give you 3k mana back. Now in 3v3 arena, that's going to be a total of 6 targets. If they have pets, you can get up to 8, which is you're getting up to 24k without Divine Plea. However, say this is a 2v2 scenario, right? There's another build I'm considering at least theoretically, to try to get you as much mana as humanly possible, because it's not cutting it in twos, because you can't have 8 targets in any shape or way or form unless you're versing a Demon Lock or an Unholy DK. So I have this Lay on Hands kind of mana build. So if you take Tyrion's Devotion, every time you're going to spend Holy Power, you're going to get 1.5 seconds off of Lay on Hands. Especially if you use it early, you'll get 5% early on, and then once it comes back, you'll get another 5% at some point in the arena. So that's 10% probably you'll get 2 off in the arena. And then you combine with Divine Plea, you'll automatically get that 8 target 24k mana regen. It's just you'll just use it off of a single press of Daybreak. It won't be using each glimmer, and then obviously you'll be taking Reclamation on top of that. Other minor talents for mana reduction that go for both builds will be this Hand of Divinity as well as Divine Revelations. Every time you Holy Light or Judgment with Divine Revelations, you're going to get about 0.5% of your maximum mana. And with this Hand of Divinity talent, those 2 big Holy Lights in combination with your Tears Deliverance, they're going to cost 50% less mana as well. So this is going to be how you're going to exactly just try to get as much mana out as possible, because I'm telling you right now, this is the games I queued as of the new rework, and our games are not lasting very long at all. In fact, our mana is, and these are where we're getting wins here, but the mana is, like this game right here, 5 minutes, mana's gone. We're trying to find drinks 3 minutes in, if we're lucky. In fact, 2 minutes in, you're probably looking for a drink, depending on what it is. These games that lasted more than 4 or 5 minutes, I had huge peels from my lock, and we were getting drinks off. Otherwise, like, you need to, and then this last game, it was 6 minutes long, and I didn't get any real drinks, but I ran this talent, not this exact talent build, but basically single glimmer, get rid of the Divine Tyrion's Devotion with Divine Plea, and that prolonged my gameplay a little bit. Overall, and also this too. So Influences of Sunwell, when you have this talent, right, you're also going to get a huge reduction in the cost of Flash of Light in terms of mana, to where basically if you take this talent, every single Flash of Light you are casting is going to be free. Because at this point, with how the mana bug is working, 2k mana per every 5 seconds, you have to run you have to get Flash of Lights when you're not using it for your Holy Lights. Like, you're ooming so much faster than every other healer. It's not even funny. Or like, there was one game I ended where I was at 0% mana and the Shaman was at 60%. That was 2s at least. 3v3 arena, we're both, oh, this guy's attacking me. We're both overall, HPALs in general are just struggling. because of this bug and the mana changes in general. And hopefully, you know, they realize the mistake they made. But overall, like, this is worse. Well, obviously worse because this is not intended, right? Than the rework, than before the rework. Now, in terms of talents, or rather, sorry, stats that you can build to ensure that you can prolong a game, I used to be a very much verse mastery stacking hpal. Now I am crit mastery more so. Your holy shot crits are now so much more important because of Effluence of the Sunwell. You want huge infusion of life rocks to get out those free flashes of lights, and also, you know, big holy lights that have a little bit of mana return and judgments that have mana return. So overall, we are in some dire straits right now as an HPAL up until this bug is fixed. And here's the thing, it's polarizing how people feel about HPAL, because some are saying it's really good, some people are still saying it's terrible, right? A lot of HPAL mains, like myself, today has not been a fun day of queues, not only with the bug that puts it at 2k, but also, right, just in general, how you balance this mana change is not, or just balancing HPAL in general. We are very strong cooldowns, and when you give us really good throughput and really good mana, it's really hard to balance us. And I think when you attack like the mana regen in general, it's a pretty feels bad experience when you get then to the stage, and it's taking me literally to like 20, some of the games was 20 seconds to get back to a single holy shock, and then my lock died because of it. So yeah, this is not great until they fix it. But for a little kind of recourse, or kind of going over, so in 3v3 arena and shuffle in general, the way you're gonna get maximum mana, especially if there's a lot of pets, is play this talent build. Okay, so the first mana talent of importance, we're going to talk about Hand of Divinity in combination Divine Relations with Tears Deliverance. During that big burst window, you're going to get lots of healing out, extending the duration of Tears Deliverance, and you're going to get some, not only will you reduce mana, but you'll get some mana return there. Then, with Daybreak and Glimmer combinations, we're using Illumination, getting up to those 8 targets. If you're lucky, if there's pets, otherwise it'll be 6 max. You'll get about 18k per Daybreak. And then, in combination with Influence of the Sunwell, every single time you use a Flash of Light when you have an Infusion Light proc, it's going to be free. So, in combination of all these factors, that's going to help us immensely to prolong our game. Unfortunately, though, we do have a very, very, very messed up bug that puts this number at 2k. So, anyways, that's my little spiel. Let's do some more twos or something. Let's try to do anything.